Good afternoon, Colonel Country, and welcome to another episode of Colonel's Corner. On today's episode, we'll be previewing the Wilkes University men's ice hockey team's 2021 season. We're joined today by head coach Tyler Hynes. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here, Adam.
Now, Coach, obviously we're looking at a truncated, shortened season. Can you talk about what your expectations are? Obviously, you're heading into your second season as leader of the Colonels, and you guys had a lot of success last year.
Yeah, it's definitely been a different year for everyone. I think it's a really exciting time right now. We've had a few good weeks of practice. We've had last semester some real good time with the guys, just working on development, improvement. It was a time where we were really able to sit back and, okay, how can we make each of these guys better? How can we help them? And, that's the easy part. That's our job. On the other side of it, they really put forth a tremendous effort and attitude every day. And, we were just talking a little while ago about how long it's been since we've had a chance to compete against a different color uniform. And I think when you go almost 350 days without that, it's something that you want. It's something as a competitor that you look forward to. And, I feel like we're ready to go, and we'll find out this Friday.
Now, your roster has a ton of returners coming back. Guys have a lot of experience. Most of the guys have been around the first 2 years of the program. Can you tell us a little bit about the guys that we have coming back this year?
Yeah, it's a really exciting group. In large part, the group that started this program in that first season and have continued to carry that tradition and build on that foundation. I think we saw last year just how tough it is and how good you have to be, and how you have to get a few bounces along the way. You have to get a few big saves along the way, and you can't guarantee that, those things are going to happen. You got to put yourself in those positions. And I think we talk about each year gaining experience and building on the past. I think this group has done a tremendous job remembering that feeling, and also understanding what that takes, knowing going into each day, even if it's 3 months away from a game, even if it's, on their own doing a workout and things like that, remembering that feeling of what it took to get there, not just what it was like once we got there. It's easy to look back, but I think going through that, thinking about the mini game against Stevenson and how we had lost and our whole season was on the line for 20 minutes, and we had to go back into the locker room after the loss while the Zamboni did a few passes and find a way to, get a W, just scratch, claw, do whatever we had to do in that game. And I'm so proud that we found a way to do that. Now we have to know it's going to be that tough again, if not tougher. We're not the only team that thinks they've gotten better over this past stretch of time.
Now let's talk about the newcomers that we have joining the team. There's a couple guys that are going to find their way into the lineup for their first year this upcoming season. Can you talk about some of the freshmen and transfers that we have coming in?
Yeah, we have a group of 5 young men that have really come in and assimilated into our culture, into the way we do things here right away. They came in with great habits, practice in the classroom. It's been a year we haven't been able to get involved with the community as much as we usually do, but that's something I know these guys are looking forward to. I don't want to talk about any of them in particular. I think their body of work will show here in a few days, but we're excited about this group. We feel like they help us and, help us on the ice, but also help us in the locker room. That's the most important thing. These are going to be the guys that carry the torch once this large class leaves. And I think it's important that they come in and observe, then embrace, and then the next step is enhancing our culture. And it's nice when you have a model like our upperclassmen and guys that have been here to kind of take notes on.
Now let's talk about the strength of the conference. We play in the United Collegiate Hockey Conference. Always a challenging conference, but in our second year, we made it to the championship against Utica. Can you talk about the strength of the conference, what we can look forward to this year?
Really strong conference. That's one of the most, fun things about being in it. Every single game, every single weekend, there's, I'm sure a lot of conferences say it, but our body of work really speaks for itself in the UCHC as far as every night being a war, every night being a battle. And especially against the team that we have Friday and Saturday. I think they're, the Kings on top of the UCHC until proven otherwise. And, we got a lot of hungry dogs trying to climb that mountain, but they're on top of it until somebody knocks them off. And, I've said it a few times, just can't say how excited we are, how much credit I give our administration, Dr. Kant, the president of Wilkes University, and also the UCHC. A lot of people had to come together and be on the same page and be willing to work through things in order to make this happen. And to be at this point now, after all the meetings and Zooms and email chains and things like that, to give our young men the opportunity to go out there and do what they love to do, I think is really the most special thing about our league.
Now, can you talk to us a little bit about the schedule, some games we can look forward to, just ones that are just, in particulars of the schedule that you've noted?
Yeah, I think the one that we really have highlighted is this first weekend, the first night, to get to have a chance at the defending champions, the team that ended our season last year on our home turf. I think is, it's hard for us to see past that, but we go to them the following night. We go back to Utica, and then the following weekend we travel on the road to Stevenson, a team like I talked about that we had a lot of good battles with last year and have really established, I feel like, a nice rivalry with. I think that's it's competitive, it's good quality hockey, and that's what we have in these first 2 weekends. From there, the early part of our schedule is on the road, and then our season ends. Hopefully there's some playoffs after that, but no guarantees, and we can't look ahead. But our last game of the regular season is against Chatham, one of those teams that, has improved. And I think basically every team that we're playing this year has improved, looking at, not only some of the guys they've brought in, but just knowing their coaches, how hard they've worked and how much time they've had to dig their teeth into their guys to develop the players that they have there. So, we were on a call today. All the coaches are really excited about this. There were some games last weekend, which were cool to take a peek at, but just a really, really fun time.
All right, Coach. Wilkes University men's ice hockey begins the 2021 season when they host Utica College at the Toyota SportsPlex. Puck drop scheduled 6:45 p.m. Coach, thanks for joining us and good luck this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.